The Flash. Number 123, September. Flash, help me. I'm coming. I'm coming. Featuring Flash of Two Worlds. A spectacular story that is sure to become a classic. September 1961. The Flash. How can you possibly claim... let's try that again. How can you possibly claim to be the Flash, Barry Allen, when I, Jay Garrick, I'm the Flash, and have been so for more than 20 years? How many Flashes are there? 1? 2? Is Barry Allen the real Flash, or is Jay Garrick? Does the Flash live in Central City or in Keystone City? Only one thing seems certain. Both live on the planet Earth, and only by traveling to that other Earth can the Flash discover his alter ego and become the Flash of Two Worlds. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Barry Allen hurries toward the Central City Community Center. Gosh, I've got a date to meet Iris and I'm late as usual. She'll be furious. Police work tied me up, but all she'll consider is the fact I was supposed to be there at 12. She's chairlady of the Picture News Orphan Fund group, one of her pet projects. He's late. This is just too much. I'll never have anything to do with him again. Oh boy, it's even worse than I thought. Iris, I just couldn't help it. I was busy at headquarters. I'm not talking about you, Barry. It's that magician who was supposed to be here to entertain the orphans. He hasn't shown up. They'll be terribly disappointed. I can't stay, Iris, but to make amends, suppose I phone Flash and ask him to come over to fill in. I just left him at police headquarters. The Flash? Oh, Barry, you're an absolute darling. Moments later, in the shadow of a building overhang, a ring ejects a scarlet costume that instantly expands on contact with air. I told Iris Flash had been at police headquarters, which was true enough since I am the Flash, and that he'd be right over, which is also true. Meanwhile, in the community center, boys and girls, I have wonderful news. Instead of a magician to entertain you, I've arranged a special surprise visit from the world-famous Flash, who will demonstrate some of his spectacular speed stunts. See? He's here now. Whew, look at him go! On stage, an instant later, appears the Scarlet Speedster in person. Why don't you join the kids, Iris? I'm going to need the whole stage for my demonstration, which involves playing a game of tennis with myself. At eye-blurring speed, the fastest man alive serves a ball. Then, before his image can fade from the retina of the eye, he is on the other side of the net, driving it back. Kids, I'm the first man in history who can win and lose the same game. After an hour of listening to the oohs and ahs of happy children, the Flash prepares to make the most sensational exit in stage history. In India, fakers perform a rope trick using hypnosis. I'm going to go them one better. Watch carefully now. His hand rotating so swiftly it cannot be seen keeps the rope upright in the air. Not only am I going to climb the rope and disappear, but the rope itself will vanish too. The enthralled audience watches the Flash climb up the rope. And when he reaches the top, he's gone. Pop! Wow, what a trick! Slowly the minutes pass, and a frown of worry creases Iris West's forehead as the children clamor around her. Why doesn't Flash come back? Where is he, Miss West? It isn't like Flash to disappear and not return. What could have happened to him? What has happened to the Scarlet Speedster? By vibrating his body and twirling the rope at super speed, he disappeared from sight. But where to? One split second after he vanishes from the stage, Flash reappears on a lonely road, staring about in astonishment. Where is everybody? What am I doing here, and where is here? I could have vibrated so swiftly that I passed through some sort of space warp. I'm outside Central City, I guess, but it won't take me long to get back to the community center stage. As he races through the city, a vague uneasiness stirs in him. Strange. I don't see the Memorial Tower or the sports stadium. I just hope I haven't gone through some sort of time warp and that I'll enter Central City before they were built. As he dashes into the community center, he finds it dark and empty. Where is everybody? This is the community building, but it's dusty, long unused. Now, definitely worried, the fastest man alive races across town. I'll stop by and see Iris, find out what happened. A further shock awaits him as... This isn't the Picture News building. Instead, the Keystone City Herald building is where it ought to be. What's going on? Where am I? What day is it? A glance at a newspaper at a nearby stand reassures him. June 14th, 1961. Well, the date's right, but the place and everything else isn't. I didn't go into the future or the past, that's for sure. I'd better check a little further. Pardon me, sir, but where's Keystone City? Huh? Who are you kidding? It's right here. Now you answer my question. What are you doing in that get-up? Sorry, no time to answer questions. I've just had a brainstorm. Keystone City? Could it be that what I'm thinking is true? He used to live there. At a telephone booth in a stationery store. Sure enough, here it is. J. Garrick, Keystone City. My theory, impossible as it seems, must be true. I'll soon find out. Following the street signs, the Crimson Comet nears 78th Street. Better get out of my flash outfit and show up that address as Barry Allen. Better get out of my flash outfit and show up that address as Barry Allen. A secret spring in his ring is pressed, activating a device which compresses his uniform and sucks it back into a compartment in the ring. Then Barry's forefinger rings the bell at 5252 78th Street. The door opens and, yes, you're Jay Garrick, a bit older. You seem to know me, but I don't recall ever meeting you. May I see you in private, please? I share a secret known only to you and your girlfriend, Joan Williams. Come in. This is the former Joan Williams, now Mrs. J. Garrick. But what deep secret are you talking about? Before you ask me any questions, let me tell you what I know about you. Back in the 1940s, Jay Garrick, you were a student at Midwestern University while working on an experiment in the college laboratory. You accidentally knocked over a retort filled with hard water. You inhaled its fumes. Whew, that gas is powerful stuff. It's too much for me. You lay unconscious all night long, breathing in the gases emanating from the hard water. When Professor Hughes found you, you were pretty far gone. Jay, my boy, help! Somebody, help me! After spending some weeks in the hospital recovering, you emerged in perfect health to become the Flash. You fought crime and criminals and overcame injustice. As he concludes his narrative, Barry sees a strange look pass between Jay Garrick and his wife. How could he possibly know all that? We were sure we'd kept that secret so well. How did he find out? Before I tell you that, watch as I press this ring. Something shooting out of the ring. Looks like a costume. Donning his uniform, Barry Allen becomes the Flash. You see, on my Earth, I am also the Flash, just as you are on yours. Two Earths? What are you talking about? Rapidly, Barry Flash Allen relates his recent experience on the stage of the community center. Then, the way I see it, I vibrated so fast I tore a gap in the vibratory shields separating our worlds. As you know, two objects can occupy the same space and time if they vibrate at different speeds. My theory is both Earths were created at the same time in two quite similar universes. They vibrate differently, which keeps them apart. Life, customs, even languages evolved on your Earth almost exactly as they did on my Earth. Destiny must have decreed there'd be a flash on each Earth. My name is Barry Allen. I'm a police scientist. I live in Central City, which is almost the identical twin of your Keystone City, except for a few details. One night, I too was working on an experiment. Suddenly, a lightning flash hit my equipment, smashing vials of chemicals, bathing me in them. Crack! Dazed, I crouched amid the wreckage of those vials and containers, dripping from the strange bath I'd been compelled to take. Lightning certainly is unpredictable. It knocked me over but didn't scratch the cabinet, broke only certain chemicals and bathed me in them. Slightly woozy, I started homeward only to discover I could outrun a taxicab. Shh. Whoa, what's happening to me? So you see, I became the superfast Flash on my Earth, much as you became the Flash on yours. Indeed, reading of your Flash adventures inspired me to assume the secret identity of the Flash. What? How did you ever read about me? You were once well known in my world as a fictional character appearing in a magazine called Flash Comics. When I was a youngster, you were my favorite hero. A writer named Gardner Fox wrote about your adventures, which he claimed came to him in a dream. Obviously, when Fox was asleep, his mind was tuned in on your vibratory Earth. That explains how he dreamed up the Flash. The magazine was discontinued in 1949. Amazing. That's the very year I, the Flash, retired. You know, I had no such ingenious way of getting in and out of my outfit as you do. I simply tossed my garments aside and kept my Flash costume on under them. Odd that you should appear just now, Barry, when I've been thinking of coming out of retirement. I've kept myself in good shape, so there'll be no trouble getting into my outfit. I'm still as fast as ever, though I no longer have my former endurance. Now to the reason why I'm making a comeback. Yesterday, the first of a series of unusual thefts occurred in broad daylight when in Keystone City's bank, money leaped from the teller's cash drawers to disappear. Oh, the money fading away. The second strange robbery took place at noon in Carmody's jewel salon, when an odd blackness descended over everything. I lit a match and am holding it in front of me, yet can't see the flame. What's wrong? When the pall lifted, the most valuable gems in the store were missing. We've been robbed. Sound the alarm. The third crime was committed when strange, eerie music was heard, and seconds afterwards, an armored bank car crashed into a stone wall. While we were unconscious from the crash, somebody broke into the car and looted it. The police are completely baffled. I've been thinking that the Flash might give them a hand. And I'd like to give you a hand, Jay. As long as I'm here, I'll join forces with you and help solve the crimes. Glad to have you, Flash. Whoever those crooks are, they'll be in for double Flash trouble. Story continued on third page following commercials. Fastest trips around the world. We're not going to read these. These are commercials. Get back to the story. Chapter 2. The Flash of Two Worlds. Unknown to either of the two Flashes, in a magnificent room fitted out with stolen treasures, sit three men: the Thinker, the Fiddler, the Shade, each a master criminal, an avowed foe of the fastest man alive. Already each has committed a robbery. Now they plan more. Each of us has recently escaped from the prison where the Flash put us. That's why we've returned to Keystone City and joined forces, Thinker. Right you are, Fiddler. To carry on where we left off, to rob and loot, and if luck's with us, to destroy our arch enemy, the Flash. Abruptly, the thinker claps the metal cap on his head. I'm off now to steal the priceless Neptune cup from millionaire Edward Jarvis. Like that? Surely you're not going to wear your thinking cap in public? You don't see the thinking cap now, do you? Just an ordinary fedora. That's because I'll place a mental command on whoever notices me to see only such a hat. Amazing thinker. And while you're off after the Neptune Cup, I'll be on my way to the Keystone Museum. The European crown jewels are on display at the museum, but would look much better in our possession. Agreed? Agreed, fella. As for myself, I'm off to the waterfront, where a collection of historical curios worth millions of dollars lies waiting for my fingers. At this moment in the Garrick home, Jay switches to the Flash in his customary manner. Not as spectacular as your ring, Barry, but effective enough in its own way. I can tell you how excited I am to be going off on a case with my boyhood hero. Side by side, the two Scarlet speedsters race across Keystone City. We'd better split up here. Apart, we can completely cover the city in a matter of minutes. Fine. We'll meet back at your house. Soon after, on the broad lawns of the Jarvis estate, I gained my reputation by thinking out my crimes to the minutest detail. I even planned how to use those watchdogs to help me overcome the Flash. Mentally dominating the watchdogs, the thinker projects an image of the Flash and issues a command. When and if this man appears, call out to him. Tell him what's happening inside the house. Proceeding to the front door of the Jarvis mansion. Please come in, sir. I'm using my mental powers, which the thinking cap multiplies enormously, to have the butler invite me in. By increasing the energy given off by the brain to its fullest capacity, I can work scientific miracles. You're here to steal the Neptune cup? A pleasure, sir, to be robbed by you. Allow me to show you where the cup is. There, I've unlocked the cabinet in which I keep it. A beautiful piece of workmanship. Now, leave me alone so I may admire it. At this moment, speeding past the Jarvis estate, comes the old Flash. Flash, wait! The Thinker is inside the house, stealing the Neptune cup. Am I hearing things? Those dogs talking, especially about the Thinker. The last I heard of the Thinker, he was in jail. But only he could have dreamed up such a bizarre touch. This means he's expecting me, so I'll run so fast I'll go through the wall without harming it and surprise him. Shh. A moment later, the fastest man alive lays hands on the infamous arch criminal. Caught you, Thinker. Right in the act. You're going back to jail to stay. Suddenly, oh, hello, Flash. What were you saying about catching me? What? How did you slip out of my fingers? Have I slowed down so much over the years that I'm not as fast as I once was? Again, the Scarlet Speedster leaps forward to make his capture. Got you. This time you won't get away. And again, the great mastermind eludes his captor. I can't understand it. I must have slowed down tremendously. Back and forth, racing like the streak of lightning. Back and forth, racing like the streak of a lightning bolt. The Flash speeds from Thinker to Thinker helplessly. I seem to be as fast as I ever was, yet he keeps escaping me. What's wrong? Exhausted and weary, the Flash leans against a curio case as he's just too much for me. Phew. Since you admit it, Flash, I'll make my real appearance from this closet. Those other thinkers you saw were only mental images. It was so much fun to see you knock yourself out trying to catch them. I've decided to let you live, so you can furnish me with more amusement at a later date. Now that I've had my fun and the Neptune cup, I'll bid you farewell. No, you won't. Get away, Thinker. As his quarry leaves the room, the Crimson Comet spurts forward. I've got to summon up what's left of my strength. Overtake him. I'll slam the door shut with mental energy. And just as the Flash reaches the doorway, took me by surprise. Had no chance to vibrate through. I'm blacking out. In the meantime, along the waterfront, where a private yacht has docked, a strange black cloud envelops the ship. What in the world is that odd blackness? It's so deep and thick I can't see anything inside it. I'd better investigate. In the captain's cabin, my special contact lenses enable me to see in the deep darkness. In this deep darkness, this is the last of the historical curios, which are valued at over $5 million. On the main deck, the Flash is stumbling along helplessly, blinded by the pitch-black fog. I can't keep groping like this. I've got to get rid of this darkness so I'll know what's going on. Around and around, faster and faster spins the Scarlet Speedster, setting into rotation the darkness around him. Gathering momentum, the darkness rotates more swiftly until only a tornado-like funnel remains. There! With the darkness concentrated all in one place, I can see what's going on. Other eyes also see that ebony column and are stunned by it. Only Flash could have done that. I've got to get away from here fast. Within split seconds, the Scarlet Speedster has searched the yacht from prow to stern. And the historical curios to be exhibited in this country are gone, and that speedboat has a man in it who looks suspiciously like a villain I once read about in the old Flash comics, the Shade. Yes, Flash, I'm here, the Shade, but you look different than you used to. How come? You'll find out after I catch you. My first blackout trick didn't stop Flash, but this one will. From the Shade cane, thick black streamers of utter darkness shoot forth across the waters. You don't think that blackout stunt will work a second time, do you? There's more to this darkness than meets the eye, Flash. as Flash dashes into that awesome blackness. His feet shoot out from under him and... Oh, he mixed oil with the darkness, making the water so slippery I can't stand up. I'm falling. The shade will get away. Some time later, in the Garrick house. There you are, Jay. I'm afraid I've got to report failure. I had the shade and he got away. Much as I regret saying it, the same thing happened to me against the thinker. Those arch villains have come up with improved techniques. Won't be as easy to stop them as I thought. Then why don't we work together as a team? We ought to be twice as effective that way. Together, the new Flash and old Flash streak out to take up the challenge of the super criminals, uniting as a duo for the first time. But unknown to the Flash pair, a startled surprise awaits them when they come to grips with the last of the villainous trio, the Fiddler. The whirlwind action starts on the 4th page following. More advertisements. This is going to be a long one. One more chapter to go. Wow. Look at these commercials. We don't read commercials. They take too long. Oh, flashgrams. Dear editor, dear editor, and an answer. Dear editor, another column. Back to the story. Chapter 3, Flash of Two Worlds. Let me have a little drink first. Sorry for the shaking. Drinking coffee makes you shake. Not good, my bad. As the fiddler moves through Keystone City on his way to the museum, his fiddle car, under automatic controls, the eerie music from his Stradivarius causes odd accidents to happen ahead of him. My violin will cause distractions to occur, like that shower of broken windows, which causes people to scramble out of the way so no one will pay me any attention. Shortly, as the two flashes burst onto the scene, "Help! Help! Help me!" That construction work up ahead. Someone's in trouble. On either side of the fallen metal girder, they dash toward a man pinned to the ground in its path. "Help me, Flash! Save me!" "I'm coming! I'm coming!" Moving at super speed, one Flash grips the fallen man. "Got you!" While the other Flash, by creating a powerful updraft, I'm causing the girder to rise into the air, back to the position it fell from. The girder fell when strange music like from a violin was heard. I sprained my ankle when I ran to get out of its way. I couldn't move. Strange violin music. Sounds like my old foal, the fiddler. His music can do mighty strange tricks. Come on, Flash. He can't be far away. Once more, the twin thunderbolts hurtle into action as they trail a series of odd accidents to the Keystone City Museum. There's his fiddle car. Nobody'd notice it there. The museum's in such an out-of-the-way place. He must be inside. Vibrating in unison, the Scarlet Speedsters catapult forward. What's he up to playing his violin? He's not just fiddling around, here for the love of it, that's for sure. Meanwhile, at the Crook's secret hideout, you should have seen Flash trying to catch those mental images of me. I never laughed so much in my life. Odd that he should have changed so much since we last saw him. He looked younger, wore a different costume. Different costume? He wore the same one, and he looked the same as he always, to me. A little slower, somewhat older. Wait. There's only one answer. There must now be two Flashes. And if that's the case, the fiddler may be in double trouble. We better set out at once. Reach the museum before those two Flashes overcome the fiddler.
I hope we're not too late.
Shortly, at the Keystone City Museum. No sign of trouble. We're in time.
Fiddler, there are 2 flashes. Come on, let's get out of here. We can cope with one, but